2007, Nokia controlled nearly half of the global mobile phone market. It was the undisputed king of the mobile industry. But just a few years later, everything collapsed.
It's one of the biggest phone deals ever. Microsoft taking on Samsung and Apple and buying Nokia's smartphone business.
To understand the fall of Nokia, we first need to understand how it rose to power. Nokia was founded in 1865 in Finland, but it did not start as a technology company. In fact, Nokia began as a paper mill. Over time, the company expanded into rubber products and cables. For decades, Nokia operated in many different industries. But everything changed in the late 20th century. In the 1980s and 1990s, the world was entering the age of mobile communication. Nokia made a bold decision. The company decided to focus entirely on telecommunications. This strategic shift would transform Nokia into a global powerhouse. By the late 1990s, Nokia was producing some of the most popular mobile phones in the world. Their devices were known for reliability, they were durable, and their battery life was legendary. One of the most iconic phones was the Nokia 3310. Released in the year 2000, it quickly became famous. People joked that the phone was nearly indestructible. For millions of people around the world, Nokia phones were their first mobile device. As mobile phones became more common, Nokia continued to grow. The company expanded across Europe, Asia, and North America. Its phones were affordable and easy to use. And by the early 2000s, Nokia dominated the mobile phone market. At its peak, Nokia controlled almost 50% of global mobile phone sales. This meant that nearly 1 out of every 2 phones sold in the world was made by Nokia. The company was not just successful, it was unstoppable. But technology moves fast, and in 2007, something happened that would change the industry forever. That year, Apple introduced a revolutionary new device. It was called the iPhone.
This is a day I've been looking forward to for 2.5 years.
The iPhone introduced a completely new concept of what a smartphone could be. Instead of physical buttons, it used a touchscreen interface. Instead of simple phone software, it offered a full computing experience. This device would redefine the future of mobile technology. Many companies quickly realized the importance of smartphones, but Nokia did not react fast enough. The company believed its existing operating system could compete. That system was called Symbian. Unfortunately, Symbian was already outdated. It was complicated. It was difficult for developers to build applications, and it struggled to compete with newer smartphone platforms. Meanwhile, 2 ecosystems began to dominate the smartphone market: Apple's iOS and Google's Android. Developers rushed to create apps for these platforms. Consumers quickly embraced the new smartphone experience. Nokia tried to respond, but the company moved slowly. Internal disagreements and corporate bureaucracy made innovation difficult. Decisions took too long, and the competition was moving faster every year. By the early 2000s, Nokia's market share began to collapse. Consumers were switching to iPhones and Android devices. Nokia phones suddenly felt outdated. The company that once led the market was now struggling to keep up. In 2011, Nokia made a desperate move. The company partnered with Microsoft. Together, they attempted to compete against Apple and Google. Nokia would adopt Microsoft's Windows Phone operating system. The partnership seemed promising, but it was too late. The smartphone ecosystem had already been established. Developers and consumers were not willing to switch platforms. Windows phones struggled to gain traction. Sales remained low, and Nokia's position continued to weaken. The company was losing billions of dollars. Finally, in 2013, a dramatic decision was made. Microsoft acquired Nokia's mobile phone division. The deal was worth over $7 billion. It marked the end of an era. A company that once dominated the entire mobile phone industry had fallen. Nokia's story is one of the most famous examples of technological disruption. It shows how quickly leadership can disappear in fast-moving industries. Today, Nokia still exists, but it is no longer the giant it once was. Instead, the company focuses on telecommunications infrastructure and network technology. The fall of Nokia teaches a powerful lesson. No matter how big a company becomes, success is never guaranteed. Innovation must never stop, and adapting to change is essential for survival.
I've got to study. You'll survive. Later. Jake, keep an eye on him for me. Sure.
The easy-to-use Nokia 3650 camera phone with video recorder. The new twist of fate.
Thanks for watching. See you soon.